Hey dolls, and welcome back to my channel. Hey dolls, my name is Cherise, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I upload beauty videos once a week, so if you want to join the doll squad, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you'll always be updated once a new video comes out. So today I'm going to tell you my 1 week experience using this Nivea moisturizer and my tips and tricks on how to use it. You've probably seen your mom using this moisturizer, heck, maybe even your grandmother, because this has been around since 1911. I remember this was all the rave with my mom's office mates. I remember this was kind of hard to get in the Philippines before, but it's accessible in US. So what they usually do is they ask their friends who have family in the US to get them this moisturizer, and then they just buy it from her. I don't know if this is still hard to get in the Philippines, but here in Canada and I'm sure in US, you can easily find this moisturizer in your local drugstore. What made me decide to use this and try this for a week is because I've seen a lot of blog posts comparing Nivea to the La Mer moisturizer. And some of them are claiming that this is actually a dupe for that moisturizer. Now that La Mer moisturizer costs $125 for 15 ml. Meanwhile, this Nivea Cream is 150 ml and I only got this for $7. And if you get the 20 ml, you're only gonna pay $1 or $2. That's a huge difference. I'm gonna go back on the comparison between the La Mer and this Nivea Cream, but let's start with the claims for this moisturizer. So on their website, this claims to be a rich, creamy moisturizer that smooths and softens even extremely dry skin. Can be used all over the body and can have excellent results on rough spots such as knees, feet, elbows, and hands. When it comes to scent, it really smells like a 100-year-old recipe. I'm not saying it smells bad, like it's 100-year-old, but like a 100-year-old recipe. You know how your grandma has these perfumes that are very like floral? The scent is going to be a little overwhelming, especially when you're used to unscented moisture. This also have a thick texture and it kind of feels like butter. I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand. See how thick that is? And so you just rub it in. And you'll see instantly how moisturized my hand is. So because this is very thick, a little goes a long way. I was actually very scared at first when I used it because I thought I was going to be super oily, but this is what it looks like after a few hours on my first day. It's not as dewy as what it looks like the first time I put it on, but I learned to really lessen the use of this, especially in the morning, because this is absolutely thicker than your usual moisturizer. So I want to show you my first day of use and my 7th day of use. On my first day, as I've mentioned, I was really scared that this moisturizer can make my face appear very oily. Now I have a combination skin, but when I use this moisturizer, obviously my T-zone is still oily, but it just left a dewy look on the other parts of my face. On the second day, I actually was having dry lips and my under eye was also looking dry. So I used it on both areas and it actually works. It didn't leave like a waxy film on my lips and it really hydrates my under eye. On my third day, I used this as my moisturizer under makeup, and I actually used a long wearing foundation. I use because I was comparing two foundations, so I used the Estee Lauder long wear foundation and the Lancome long wear foundation, and I just find that there's more slip to the skin, so I wouldn't recommend this under makeup unless you want that dewy foundation look. But if you're looking into having your foundation stay on your face for a long time, for your foundation to be long wearing, I suggest that you don't use this moisturizer under your makeup. From the first to third day, since I was just testing this moisturizer, my routine was just wash my face, tone, and then put this moisturizer. But on the fourth day, since I'm feeling comfortable using this moisturizer, I actually incorporated it with my night routine. So I wash my face and then I use my favorite daily microfoliant, which is the Dermalogica one. And then I use my actives. I use my vitamin C and then I put this on after. And I feel like this moisturizer performed really well because all the dead skin cells are gone and it just really penetrated well with my skin. So if you're planning to use this moisturizer, don't forget to exfoliate. And don't be afraid to mix this with your actives. I've tried using this with my vitamin C, as I've said. I've also tested this with my retinoid. And I've also tested this with my AHA. So if you're planning to use this along with your actives, what you're gonna do is just put your actives first and then just put this on top to just seal all the moisture. On my fifth day, I don't know why, but every time I try a new skincare or a new regimen, I don't time it, but it always falls on the time of the month. So I had my period and was really scared because I thought, okay, I'm going to have like a breakout. But luckily I didn't, and I didn't have a new pimple or anything, so thumbs up. But I have to say that my blackheads are beginning to show more. So after that fifth day, I avoided putting this moisturizer on my nose. And I felt like that technique was better than spreading this moisturizer all over my face because it's very thick. And on days when I feel like my face is really dry, I usually just pack on this moisturizer. And then when I wake up in the morning, I feel like it has the same effect as if I've used a sheet mask. I would say that this can actually be an alternative to your face mask. But despite of my love for this cream, I don't think that everyone will benefit from it. And I'm gonna tell you some things to keep in mind when using this cream. This shouldn't replace anything in your routine. What this does is seal the moisture in so it doesn't escape, and that's it. My second tip is only use this on areas that are prone to dryness. Now, if you have very dry skin, I think that you can get away on using this all over your face, but make sure that you do a patch test first. If you're oily, I wouldn't recommend this moisturizer for you because it's very emollient. Nivea actually has a lot of variants when it comes to moisturizer now, and I think that there's something lighter than this moisturizer. I think it's called Nivea Soft Cream or Nivea Light. Just look at your local drugstore and maybe just use that instead. Now, if you have combination skin like I do, I would recommend to do the technique that I do, which is getting a little of the moisturizer and then warm it in between your fingers and just put it on the dry spots on your face. I would also suggest to avoid your T-zone area where you're already very oily. And if this doesn't work on your face, don't worry because you can always use this on your lips, on your hands, and on your feet. I actually love using this as a hand cream. I usually put this on my bedside, and then before I sleep, I would slather this on my hands. And then when I wake up, I have baby soft hands, especially now that we're always putting alcohol on our hands and always washing our hands. This is a good moisturizer at the end of the day to bring back that moisture in your hands. Now, let's go back to comparing this cream versus the La Mer moisturizer. When you look at the ingredients, I'm gonna put the ingredients on the screen. This is the La Mer ingredients, and this is the Nivea ingredients. If we're basing it on ingredients, this is definitely not a dupe. But I have to say, when it comes to occlusives or the moisturizing agents, they are almost identical. They both have mineral oil, petrolatum, glycerin, microcrystalline wax, lanolin alcohol, paraffin, panthenol, alcohol, magnesium sulfate, thiazole oleate. I can't pronounce the other stuff, but whatever is highlighted on the screen are the identical ingredients of both moisturizers. Now, the key ingredient to the La Mer moisturizer is their fermented seaweed extract. So if you want to replicate the effects of the La Mer, I would suggest to use the Nivea Cream and then just buy a serum that has seaweed extracts in it. I would suggest maybe getting the Medicine Citrus Stem Cell Serum for face with seaweed extract that also has hyaluronic acid, fruit stem cell extract, and tea blend extract. For me, I love using this with my actives, which is my retinol, my vitamin C, and my AHA. I just layer this on my actives to seal everything in. I actually did try a sample of the La Mer moisturizer, and for me, it performed slightly better than the Nivea Cream, but not nearly enough to justify the cost. So if you're going to ask me to pick between the La Mer moisturizer or the Nivea moisturizer, I would for sure pick the Nivea moisturizer. And if you get the travel size, which is just 3 Canadian dollars, or if you're in US, it's only $1, like there's little to lose and a lot to gain. And if you find your skin perpetually dehydrated and nothing seemed to work, I suggest that you try the travel size and see how it works on your skin. Now, I'm curious, have you ever tried this moisturizer, and what's your favorite way of using this if you do? And if you have any OG moisturizer that you've been using, you've been loving, especially if you have combination skin, just comment down below because I'm very curious and I also want to try it. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video as much as I have enjoyed making this for you. Thank you so much, dolls, for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Keep safe, everyone!